Alright, hey guys, I just wanted to show you my Synchron deck profile. This includes some of the cards being released for the structure deck that's coming out in November. I'm just using proxies for them now, so for full speed, using Speed Warrior. For Anchor Bolt, I'm using Quilt Bolt, and then for Synchro Fellows, I'm just using On Your Mark. And then for the 3 ofs, I'm going to start off with Junk Synchron. I honestly would probably cut 1 and do 2. This is just not fun to draw into when you're playing. I'd rather see Assault or even freaking Revolution than these guys. This is good to grab from the deck with something like Synchro Fellows or Overtake. You don't want to be drawing into this. I'd probably play 2. 3 full speed. This is going to be your starter. This is where you want to start off with most of the time, especially if you get Assault in hand. Grab you that Synchro Fellows. It's just a pretty good card to start off with. 3 Converter. Just an extra way to get a Junk Synchron or a Synchron body out there, and then you can grab them from the graveyard if you have cards in hand. Or you can normal summon him, grab Assault. Either one works. Now for the 2 ofs, I probably want to play 3 of these. This is really great because you can go in your full speed, get rid of Anchor Bolt, grab a Junk, put this guy out, and then he's just a negate for when you get your speeder out and someone wants to negate it with Ash or something, so you're not just dead in the water after bringing out speeder and it's just getting negated. 2 starter Synchron. It's just nice to have 2 because you can bring 1 out with speeder and then you can get another one to start off with. If you don't get Assault or something, you can still use Stardust from your hand to get out Charge Warrior or something like it, Excel, any one of those. For the 1 ofs now, Anchor Bolt, you're really only using it if you're starting off with Revolution in your hand. To go into Ancient Fairy. That's really only what you're using it for. It's sometimes nice to have it on the field as a tribute for Start a Synchron or, yeah, I guess just Start a Synchron, or just an extra body to synchro with, but other than that, just the 1 of. 1 Revolution. You really just want to be summoning with the speeder. If you get in your hand, it's not an absolute brick because you have Anchor Bolt and you get into Ancient Fairy Dragon from there. 1 Jet. Again, he's not a brick now because of the full speed and Anchor Bolt, but he's not. You want to just be summoning him with speeder. And then just 1 Trail. When you get your starter Synchron out, you can use Illumination, grab him, and bada bing, bada boom. You got some 8s going on. That's all the monsters. For spells, I'm doing 3 Synchro Fellows. I mean, this card is cracked. This is just wishes, but probably even better. It's just in the Synchron archetype. 3 of, instantly. 3 Overtake. If you don't have a full speed and you don't have an Assault or anything, you can just grab your Junk Synchron. If you have, the odds are you're at least getting full speed or Converter or something in your hand that you can combo with this. If you can't get all Synchro Fellows or anything, this is just an extra extender. 1 Synchro Rumble. Once you get Crimson, you can grab this, target your level 8 at the end. Sometimes I target a level 8, bring out Revolution, reduce its level by 1. I can bring out Psy-Frame at the end if I have Stardust in my graveyard or anything like that. So it's just a good extender at the end of your turn. 1 Illumination just to get your trail out, whether you want to send it to the graveyard or special summon it after you get your Stardust on the field. 1 Rhoda. This will grab anywhere from Junk Synchron or Full Speed Warrior. If you want to grab either or, if you have a full speed in hand and want to grab something else, you can use Rhoda for that. Or if you don't and have Junk Synchron or Assault, here's another way to grab speeder. Foolish Burial. If you have Junk Synchron in hand and nothing else, that works. And then just 1 Call by, 1 Cross Out. Cross Out specifically for Nibiru. I don't have him in main deck, he's side decked right now. but if I needed to play around him and I needed a side Nibiru, that's what Crossout's for. Probably could side deck this and add a third Assault or Perulia. Either one works. And that's all the spells. And then just 3 Imperm. Not playing any of that Crimson Dragon package. That doesn't really work well. Hand traps. 3 Charming. 3 Ash. 1 Veiler. And 1 Saravis. With Saravis, you can Synchro Herald in the beginning if you have your Assault Synchron and your full speed. You can tribute him if your Junk Synchron or your Junk Speeder tries to get negated with an Ash or something. You can just tribute him. And then you can just grab Saravis from your main deck as another negate. He's really good to have. I've done some testing with him and without, and it's just a nice negate to have if your Junk Synchron gets negated after Synchro Fellowship. For the extra deck, I don't have all the cards for the extra deck, so I'll list all the cards that I don't have. Ancient Fairy Dragon, you need that for Revolution. Garden Rose Maiden, it's a nice 5 to have sitting in your graveyard. If you can combo into it, I would say either that or Tatsunoko are the first cards to sub out if you want to get another 8 in there, like maybe Psy-Frame or the new Junk Warrior if you're going second if you want to side it. And then Stardust Charge Warrior, your 6 that you can draw a card off of after you get Speeder. You want to just use that with Jet Synchron right away. And then we're playing 1 Tatsunoko. It's just nice to have if you have Jet and full speed only, and you can synchro with a card in your hand if need be. Herald. This is what you want to start out with your first Synchro Summon. You want to do this first, and then you want to use Synchro Fellows, get your Junk Synchron back out there, and then use this as a negate if need be. Garden Rose Maiden, obviously. Crystal Wing, another negate, just a nice tower to have. Jurashin can board wipe if need be, and he's a level 11 that you can Crimson into Shooting Majestic if need be. Jet Warrior, only in there for a Synchro Overtake target if needed. If needed. This is the first card I'd side from the extra deck. 1 Excel, in case you're stuck with a non-tuner and you just need a tuner Synchro to get something going. That's there. Also has level manipulation if you need a 8 and you've got like this out there or Junk Warrior or something. That's just decent level manipulation that you can do. Obviously Speeder, you want to get your Synchrons out there. Junk Warrior, another Synchro Overtake target. If you're going second and you want to play Junk Warrior Extreme, you can use this for an OTK. That's something that you can do as well. Crimson Dragon, you're really only using this to bounce your Jurashin. For this guy, Shoot Majestic, this guy is awesome. He's in the gate. You can tag multiple times with him, twice with Stardust and Excel Synchro. He's in a gate that you can banish him with. So your end board, you want it to be a couple of these cards. You want it to be Majestic, Crystal, and Jurashin. That's your board wipe, and you got 2 negates. A lot of the time I keep Herald if it's on my board still. Usually if I have Synchro Rumble, it'll still be on my board at the end of the turn. And then 1 Excel, and then 1 Stardust Dragon. And then that's the extra deck. For side deck, I don't have many cards for it right now. What I would be doing is I would be playing 3 Duelist Genesis. If you're going second, I would play a lot of these Ghost Girls, either Ash or Cherry or Haunted. These guys will give you a tuner in the graveyard if you're using them on the first turn. You can grab any Synchro card with these. You can grab Overtake, you can grab Synchro Fellows, any of these work. This is a good going second card to have in the side. I wouldn't put it in your main deck because if you're going first, you don't have a reason to use this. Nibiru, just because it's a cross-out target. It's a good card in the format. You're getting a lot of bodies, especially with a lot of new decks now. But there's just too much going on in the deck for me to put it in the main deck. I would side it, and if it's used on me, or if I'm playing someone who I can Nibiru with, I can bring that out of my side deck. I'd probably be playing I'd probably be playing Ghost, 3 Ash, and then that's probably it. Just because the other ones are really brick. Maybe Ghost Ogre. I would play maybe 1 Ghost Ogre, just so you can get a tuner in the graveyard. So you can do Duelist Genesis, but that's really just a going second option you have. That you could do with the Junk Warrior OTK. But yeah, that's it for the Synchron deck profile. I think it works pretty well if you get that Assault Synchron and Full Speed Warrior combo. You get a negate and you get your board set up after Jump Speeder. I'm waiting to see what the new next 4 cards are going to be, but right now we're looking okay.